Hey guys, Rob from Infinite Combo here with the Gears of War 4 August update. Now, today is obviously the fourth day that this is going up. The August update has been out for about 4 days, but for those of you who don't play every day or regularly, want to know a little bit of information, this is it. This is all of the information you need to know about the August update. So, as with every monthly update, there is a set of 2 new maps. So our first quote-unquote new map is fan favorite from Gears of War 1, Canals. Now, how much do I really think that this should have come back? Don't really think it should have. This is now the 4th Gears of War game that Canals is in. I think it's about time we grab some of the other loved and never before re-released maps and start getting them out there. Gears of War 2 has a lot of maps that never got re-released for Gears 3 or Gears Judgment or Gears 4. Is this a good map though by itself? Yes, of course it is. This is an amazing map. Dual snipers, torque bow in the middle, Boltok off the middle bridge, and then grenades on the mid bridge. It is just like Gears 1. The look and feel is very Gears 1. It is definitely a great map. So if they were to, at least if they're going to re-release an old map, at least it's a good one. It could have been worse. We could have gotten, like, Sandbar. I hate that. So, anyways, this is the first map. I'm going to hold off on the second map for a second, and we're going to go over the patch notes and some of the other information here. As you saw on a video I threw up yesterday, part of the update is the Summer of Gears. So, every day in August, your first win of the day is worth 500 credits, which is an increase from the standard 100 credits. So that means over the course of the month, you can earn an extra 12,400 credits as long as you win one match every day during this month. This is also attainable for those of you who don't have a lot of time, don't play multiplayer that much maybe. It is attainable in the co-op versus AI game mode, and that you can play against casual bots. All you have to do is win a match, done. You get 500 credits plus the match bonus credits, all of that. So that's the big one. The rest of the patch notes kind of read out as follows. They updated the escalation rings for Diner, Impact, and the Slab. For Diner, they just changed A and C and moved them closer to the center of the map. For Impact, they changed all of them except for E. I don't know where their original ones were. I don't play Escalation very much, so I'm not really sure where they were. And then for the Slab, they changed all 6 rings. They said A, C, D, and F were moved to more interesting cover layouts to improve fights, and B and E were moved to more vulnerable areas in order to provide more contested mid-ring fights. On Lift, there was a weapon placement change that says at E-ring. It says the weapon at E-ring has been moved from the top of the stairs to in between the railings, allowing more options to affect the pickup. Me and John played a private match of Escalation on Lift and got to the point where E-ring would be there. We could not figure out what the changes were, but it's in the patch notes, so we'll leave it as is. Then we have improved JD, Kate, and Dell multiplayer dialogue to match the recent dialogue changes for other characters. Fixed an issue that could cause customization options to reset. That was really annoying. It happened to me all the time. Fixed missing collision volumes for grenades in certain areas of Raven Down. In Horde, reduced the effectiveness of spawn manipulation on War Machine and Blood Drive. Yeah, War Drive. Reclaimed Wind Flare, fixed an issue where the Kestrel could sometimes not die if killed outside of the playable area. And then Windows 10 version fixed a rare issue that could cause Season Pass to not function correctly. Now, John said that that's happened to him on the Xbox version twice now. He's had to uninstall the Season Pass, uninstall Gears of War and the Season Pass, and reinstall everything to get it to work again. There is a note at the bottom of the patch notes that says scrapping duplicates of customization items will reset the selection of that specific item. We are working on a fix for this in a future update. So that was just a quick piece there. So this brings us to our second map, which is Forge Blitz. Now, this, you can't even really consider it a new map. It's, and like, so first off, this is the second month in a row that we've gotten a rehashed launch map, because last month we had Reclaimed Windflare. Now, Impact Dark, while I was annoyed and disappointed about it, at least they changed the weapon layouts and they added that fog, so cross-map fights just didn't happen. It really did change the dynamics of play on the map. Reclaimed Windflare, while they didn't change any of the weapons, the wind flare really changed how fights went, because if you were outside, you got fried. This map, they just closed off a couple areas, and as far as I can tell, the weapons are all the same. Except for they moved, so actually you're seeing on screen right now, we were looking at where the spawn for a secondary weapon was. They moved it inside of the little building here on the right, which you're going to see me going into now, and there's a Marxist sitting there ready for pickup. This, the areas that they closed off on this map are not ones that were used very often. It was the extra entrance to the control room up at the top, and it was the back area behind the incinerator where the overkill or the shock grenade spawned. And they made the spawn areas a little smaller. I mean, and they added extra cover pieces pretty much everywhere to try to really force more close quarters combat. I don't know that this was really enough. It just feels really lazy. Besides doing 2 months in a row with rehashed launch maps, you know, of the promised maps that have, you know, the 2 maps per month, we've, I think, only had 4 actual original new maps, which is not a lot when you go through previous games. But opinions aside on that, this is our second map. That weapon skin that I'm showing there is really, really damn cool, and I wish I had one. So you got your 2 new maps, Canals and Forge Blitz. Again, I don't know that I care about either of them. Canals might be good for Horde. I used to play Canals on Horde a lot just because it was easy to kind of like hole up on one side of the map and prevent the enemies from spawning behind you, and kind of making it so enemies kind of all have to come at you from one lane. So it could be a pretty good Horde map. And of course, like I said, it is a really good, solid versus multiplayer map. But I'd love to see more Gears 2 maps. I'd love to see more actual original maps. I'd like to see more original content. Oh, and the last thing that they did mention, too, was the craftable character from this month is Classic Commando. From Gears 3. So, this is your August update. Comments, suggestions, anything like that, throw in there below. If you happen to know what that difference for the weapon swap on Lift and Escalation is, please explain in the comments below, because I can't figure it out for the life of me. And share, like, and subscribe, and until next time, guys, stay infinite.